In this element of anger management, we're going to touch on two things. That's ABL, which is always be learning. And to within that, what we want to bring to your forefront is to understand the dynamics of the prison population, the United States prison population. ABL is always be learning. In short, the more you learn, the less likely you are to make ill-formed decisions. For example, if you are a basketball player, you understand the rules and regulations of the basketball court, and you're thrown into a baseball field. You don't understand the diamond. You don't understand 3 strikes and you're out. You don't understand what the outfield and the infield and just the basic infrastructure of baseball. Then your decisions compared to somebody who knows the rules is going to be a tad bit altered and not in your favor. So the United States has the highest prison population in the world. It doesn't mean that the United States has the highest population in the world. I think we rank third, right up under China and India. So in these United States, we've got about 331 million people. 13% of those people are African Americans. So let's bring it in just a tad bit. Which states have the highest population of people incarcerated? That's going to be Florida #1, Georgia #2, and Ohio #3. Now, in the state of Georgia, African Americans make up about 32% of the population. However, we make up 52% of the jail population and 61% of the prison population. Take that number. You have those facts. So now let's look at the education system. Let's look at college. 15%, African Americans only make up 15% of the college population. It's not a lot of people. And then what you do is look at the high school dropout rate. Those individuals who are likely to drop out of high school are Hispanic and Black. So I say all that to say this is that I correlate education and unlawfulness. Statistically speaking, those people who go to college are less likely to go to prison. The reason being is because breaking the laws actually is not logical. And when you go to college, or if you expose yourself to enough information, if you understand, if you expose yourself to the ways in which the world works, then you'll make better decisions, thus not landing you in jail, prison, or anger management to one degree or another. So let's dive deeper into the whole why the United States has the highest prison population. So in these United States, slavery used to be, to one degree or another, it's still big business. In particular, we'll take Angola. Angola right now, Angola prison is a real place where people are housed. They've broken the law. They have been sentenced to prison, and a part of their sentencing is free labor. So let's go back to 1865. 1865, before slaves were freed, the Angola prison was on the not across the street or uptown. The same property that they used for the Angola prison was the Angola plantation, a place where African Americans were housed and their labor was utilized for no cost. When the slaves were freed in 1865, a major from the Confederate Army purchased the Angola plantation, was allowed to facilitate a prison. Within this prison, the first thing that they did was allow this individual to lease out the labor of the prisoners. So this in turn allowed law enforcement to lock up a large population of African American males that had committed petty crimes. So when they committed these petty crimes, they were given extensive prison terms, thus guaranteeing the extended free labor. So I'm not saying you've been sentenced to anger management, you have an excuse not to be a law-abiding citizen. I'm saying ABL, always be learning, always be exposing yourself to information and the facts, the rules and regulations. Because once you understand that in this country, prisons are a business. It's not a place where you're supposed to go to get fixed. It's not a place where you go and get healed or even rehabilitated to one degree or another. It's a business. That means that somebody profits from you going to prison. Thus, the defunct education system, in my personal opinion. Because if the education system was reformatted and it was structured in a way that will allow a vast majority of our population to make better decisions, then you would see a steady decrease as opposed to the increase that you see in the prison population. It's very simple. Those people who are educated make educated decisions. They make decisions that are laced in logic. If you take an individual who's not been exposed to a lot, they hadn't done a lot of traveling, not very well read, then it's not that they're stupid. It's just that they hadn't been exposed to the right information. They hadn't been exposed to enough information in a way that will allow them to make effective decisions in life. So what's the whole point? The point is this. The point is that throughout this course, we'll always be learning. I'll expect you to be, even with some of the numbers that I've given you, I want you to go in and I want you to dive just a tad bit deeper. Go into that rabbit hole and see what's going on, because you may find something that piques your interest a tad bit more effective than I can with just these statistics. Also within this course, what we'll touch on is things that allow your mind and your well-being to be in a place where you can reign superior over those individuals who haven't been exposed. I think it was said that a man who thinks that he can and a man who thinks that he can't are both usually right. And so we'll dive into As a Man Thinketh. We'll dive into different books. And I won't read you the books. That's not how this works. What I'll do is I'll give you the books. I won't require that you read the entire book, but I will require that you expose yourself to enough information where it begins to assist you in shifting your paradigm. Your paradigm is nothing more than your habits and the way that you do certain things. And when we say shift the paradigm, it's nothing more than learning. It's nothing more than exposure. In short, anger management is adding enough information to change the way that you think about certain things. Because education exposure trumps ignorance every time. Every time. We'll see you on the next element of anger management. Thanks.